Hi, my name is Sylvia Rands and welcome to the Group of 100 channel. I am a conscious channel, which means I'm not working in trance, which means I am more present in the energies as they come in. The group who I've been working with for, 6 months to a year now, and just recently they said, you need a name. So they offered Group of 100, which is very appropriate. It feels really good because I am aware that I am bringing in many different energies. So these podcasts and mini sessions here arose out of a session I do called Galactic Channeling, which is where I'm using sound and bringing in healing sessions. I do this online and in person in my local community, and in future, if you wish to join any of these sessions, you will be able to do so through my website, which is in its last stages of becoming. So for now, I am just offering some tasters and some work out to you to see if it interests or offers healing or understanding to anybody who is listening. If anything is not to your taste, please just take what resonates and let the rest go. The material is a variety of material that we have recorded so far. This is mini sessions, sometimes with channeled ascended masters and galactics. We have longer podcast interview sessions with my friend Anthony, who asked the questions, and we are going to give you a little sample of one of those sessions today for our first hello to YouTube. As a channel, my process is that I tune into my higher self, and then I tune higher when I'm ready to the highest frequency, and this is where the Group of 100 come in. And so different entities may be talking at different times. I don't usually stop to ask which entity. My core guides have tended to have been Christ consciousness energy. This is what I'm aligned to. So Yeshua and the Magdalene energy and Mother Mary, these are energies which are at the core of my offering and the energies. I do, beyond that or inclusive of that, work with source energy. And this is how I know for my own comfort that this is a pure channel without any other astral energies or lower energies interfering. This is in the same way that the channel is very direct and pure. My intent in offering this work is also pure, in the sense it is just offered from an open heart and offering whatever skill or abilities I have at this time, which of course are constantly growing and changing in this amazing period that we're in on this planet of transmutation and constant growth, especially for the starseed community. So I offer this in good heart, and may you find great blessings in this time on the planet. So I'm just going to open channel now, and I hand it over to Anthony to ask a question. Great. Greetings, dear one. Yes, we are with you now. We have offered a little light language to clear the space and to send the energy out to all those who will be watching this at any time in the now or in future. We send great blessings to all of those in humanity who have found their way here to this call. We pray that you will receive our messages in good faith and good heart as the channel Sylvia has intended. Blessings upon you all, one and all, being here today. Now, dear Anthony, do you have a question for us?
Certainly. I'd like to introduce myself quickly first. I know you can't actually see me. My name's Anthony Van Can, and I'll be asking questions of Sylvia Rands. Just a little word of advice. Please take whatever you think is relevant to you and leave the rest behind.
Yes, wonderful, dear Anthony. And on another day, you will be meeting Anthony. You will see a face. Yes.
Right. Now, my first question is, what advice do you have for people in this present time? As in, how are people coping with the present current world energies?
Oh, yes, there is much confusion, is there not? There is a great, vast range of response in the planet at the moment. From those, we are seeing them like little bunnies hidden away in corners with their ears down, trying to hear very little and quaking at the thought that they may hear something new or different, possibly that may even be life-threatening to them. And on the other extreme, we have great warriors. We have beings who are reaching their potency at this time, as it were, after a millennium of waiting for this historical moment to step forward. So there is a huge range within humanity at this time, and each one must find their own place, and each one must lovingly accept their own place within this grand cycle and grand journey, Yes. The clearing is coming already, yes. So please, we encourage you all to find a place which is true and safe within your being. To go, this is an understanding I have strongly. This is an understanding that I feel could be shifting within me. These are some new things that I have just found out about, and that would be very shocking and scary if that were true. So I'll just let those float around in my field for now, and what is true will find its way to the core over time. There are those who are in denial of change on this planet. And the one truth that we would reaffirm to you at this time is that change is the reality of planet Earth at this time. It is long recorded in the prophecies that have been held galactically in the indigenous cultures through all the wisdom keepers of time on this planet. This is a long prophesied time of shift, transmutation on this planet, moving out of what has been called the Dark Age into the long prophesied Golden Age. The planet Earth at this time is right in the sticky bit, and this is a time where structures will be folding all around you, and these are structures that humanity has thought to be impenetrable and eternal and part of the true realities, such as governmental structures, educational structures, health structures, structures of training, ways to approach the land or farming or agriculture or teaching or even healing, and even the church and God and religion itself is going to be moving through a time of enormous change. Currently, it has been for a while, but carrying on now as the truth of the structures holding these man-made structures together will be exposed. So we encourage humanity to have a daily practice of grounding, of using the breath to move down through the nose, belly breath, into the belly with what we call a heart sigh, just to calm yourself, to come into your essence, to come down deep into the womb space, both men and women, to feel the grounding and the holding of Mother Earth, who does have your back during this time. We, the galactics, also have your back during this time. Although it is not common knowledge yet in the mainstream, planet Earth is on a journey to opening to the possibilities and the realities of galactic life. So this is again a great shift in understanding. The numbers of those on the planet who are willing to believe in that we are not alone in this galaxy, of course, are quite large. But the mainstream in its dark agenda, unfortunately, has created, as it were, bad press for a lot of the higher alien energies. So to be explained, in everything, in all existence, there is dark and light. Everywhere there is purity, everywhere there is evil. There are the extremes, and within that there is any shade of grey, of white, of black. So again, with our races that exist outside planet Earth, there are many of the dark. There are ones that are, yes, scary, like Hollywood has presented them. But this is not, and this is not to say they don't exist in the astral and etheric fields of Earth. But the truth is that great galactic warfare has been going on for several years now, and a lot of these darker energies have been cleared out and eliminated. This has been what the true warfare of the recent years has been, to pull, to unplug these foreign dark essences and energies from planet Earth so she may return to her sovereignty. So we say to you, this is time to open your hearts and your being to what is called the highest of the high frequency beings. These are the ones that the channel Sylvia channels in her sound healing work. These are beings who have historically held planet Earth. Some races are actually future incarnations of the current humans on planet Earth who have returned to assist at this time. We have the friendly and very high frequency races, such as ones you may have heard of called the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, Alpha Centauri, ones which are in the dear Venusians, ones which are in our solar system. And these indeed are of very beneficent energies. And they are definitely holding space and part of the protective field around Earth at this time. So please, dear ones, understand that you are embraced in very powerful forces of light at this time. It is in the interests of the entire galaxy that Earth does come through this time of the Great Shift, and that it embraces the great prophesied solar wave. Daily, these solar frequencies are increasing. This is why you are feeling so tired. and the so-called ascension symptoms seem to be getting, for some of you, overpowering at times. This is where we must just stay in trust. We must lie down, we must rest, we must sleep, and we must stay in trust that this time you will come through this. And the more you can anchor in your being, anchor in your heart, anchor in the trust of pure trust of the divine, the more you can refine your understanding and journeying with the highest frequency aspects of self, which connect you to your highest guidance systems, your higher self and your higher self counsels. This work, the time that can be spent in meditation, in journeying, in creating protections for yourself and your family, these are all worthwhile pastimes to be spending your time doing, especially on days where you may be finding life a bit rocky, as it were. Nature is the eternal blessing that has been offered, the ultimate gift that our beautiful planet Earth offers. It is not really to always be understood and explained what happens when you step out the door and spend even 5 minutes standing in full sun with the solar rays healing you, allowing them in, to talk to the trees, to sit on the grass, to feel the ocean, to smell it, to feel its cycles and rhythms within your blood. These are aspects of very deep and profound healing and rebalancing, constantly available to man if he can get off those screens and into nature long enough to feel the benefit. So we are indeed on a roll, as it were, and we will have a pause now to see if Anthony has any further questions forthcoming from what we have offered.
Yes, this channeling, the group of 100, can you explain the level of purity of the source, or the purity of the intent?
Yes, indeed. Well, I think, as we have said, this Sylvia is channeling from what is known as source. For some, this is God. For some, they like to call it the universe. It is indeed, as it were, the prime creative aspect of creation. It is the thought form, the urge which has created creation itself in its many, many manifestations, such as infinite galaxies and infinite planets and infinite beings. This is the pure, as it were, creative spark. This is what this one calls source, and I believe is named by others as source. This what we call the unnameable. In the shamanic greeting we say we greet the one of 1,000 names who yet is unnameable. And this is why source is a good term for something which includes, the word God and creator and these other names. So this one from a child has had a strong connection with this source, and that is not to say she has not had to purify through many layers of astral attachments and deceptions and energies of the dark ones attached to her. This is the constant discipline in her daily life is to purify, to keep acknowledging the shadow work as part of her daily life as a light worker and practitioner on this planet. This is the only way to ensure that this channel does in fact remain pure. It is a time where all beings and all beings of good heart who are intuitively on this ascension journey, even though they may not have a name for it or know even what is happening, and those perhaps who call themselves light workers or healers, who are here with a different level of understanding around the process. But it is a time where a lot of work has been done to get you to this point now. And as the energies become increasingly lighter, still it is ongoing work that we ask you to do, please, which is to continue to clear the shadow, to embrace the shadow, to acknowledge, to accept, instead of trying to purify it or deny it, or spend 10 hours at the gym trying to clean it out of you. It is rather a process of acknowledging that dark and light are one, and that we but as seeing the shadow and acknowledging it for what it is and saying, I see you, come home, come into my field, I acknowledge you are part of me, you are part of my history. Yes, I have done these various things, or these various manifestations have happened because of this. I acknowledge that, and now I move on. And now I choose the light and I move on. But this reclaiming and rebalancing of light and shadow are a very, very important part of the work to be done at this time. It is a mistake to think this ascension journey is a light one. For souls who are currently aware, or even those souls who are not aware, all are being tasked at this moment on planet Earth. And there are unique tasks designed for every soul who has contracted to be here on the planet at this time. This is not a time to sit idle and to sit on the couch and assume that all will be okay. We are talking about the aspect which is linked to your question of purity, which is the aspect of faith. So what is it that you are choosing to put your faith into at this time? Be careful if it is a structure which takes your spiritual sovereignty out of you and gives it to another person. There is no one higher than yourself. You are the ultimate source of purity. You do contain the spiritual sovereignty, and this increases once you are actively embarked with your full intention and full willingness on a path of growth and transmutation. There are many who are able to help you on the planet at this time, offering advanced practices of shadow clearing and light connection on every plane, the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. There are great resources out there. This channel offers resources to do with sound, which she can talk about more in the future. And there is help if you seek it. And this is a time for some, it is very much a time to be alone and work with these energies in the hermit state. For others, it is time to reach out and to experience community and to heal aspects of community, such as this one has encountered, for example, female clients who actually may not be at ease with the female energy, with the divine feminine. So it is a time perhaps where through seeking community amongst women, this can be healed. It can really not be healed any other way. The same for the masculine, the divine masculine at this time. Men who are perhaps not okay with men or not okay with women, that they can seek either community for this healing and rebalancing to occur. So this is why we say for some it is a very deep internal process where Spirit is guiding you to learn greater and greater reliance on your own connection to Source. And for others, it is a time of seeking guidance and illumination from guides and teachers found elsewhere. So we don't know if this fully answers your question, Anthony.
No, yes, it does. Very much so. I have another question, if that's...
Yes, we will do perhaps one more, perhaps one or two, one
Yep.
more, yes.
Okay. Questions are an important line of inquiry to gauge the truth. And later on, I think it's important that we allow public to have questions that we will then present to you as well. So my question to you then, in relation to this, is why is it really important that I question you rather than you just lecture to us?
Yes, we had an earlier discussion, Anthony and I, about this, and with Sylvia, and we wanted to make the point that even though we know we do ramble, and because this is a channeling and we do sincerely wish to bring through messages sometimes without interruption, the contract that is made between the presence of Anthony, the questioning human, and us as beings from very, very, very wide galactic range. We include galactics, we include ascended masters, as we say, all aligned within Christ consciousness. This one works a lot with the elementals and the elements, so we may also include people of the Fae or other elemental energies when that is relevant. So we are indeed a very wide-ranging group of beings, and in these smaller offerings that some of which we have already recorded, we are opening to some of our individual aspects of the 100 to bring through their own messages to you. To get back to the question, Anthony, we are in a time where we are wishing to offer a general gift or package of information. It is not unlike much of what is offered out there from other beings and channels at this time, but perhaps you will find a particular something for you in here that resonates. In terms of the journey of the perhaps awakened ones who are very rigorously on this path, in this case, we do ask that our contract with the human is that you find the question, you step up, you formulate what is in your heart to ask, what need is in your human being that seeks to be answered at this time. We are not talking necessarily about the intel dates and predictions. This is not so much the question, even though we do occasionally, we have done some intel recordings, which we may continue in the future. But questions perhaps of the subjects we have covered today, perhaps the more metaphysical, perhaps the more personal. How do I live my life? What is spirit, etc. What are these human questions that are in your soul, that are genuinely going to help you clarify the soul? The other ruling on the question is that they will be for the good of all humankind. So they are they are not so much, I need to take my dog to the vet. What do I do about that? So this is a channel for wider access and the deeper and wider streams of the healing, not to get bogged down in the personal and the 3D concerns. If that answers your question, Anthony.
Yes, it does.
Blessed be. So I think we are complete for today. So yes, again, in answer to your question, Anthony, in future, we think it probably will be a couple of months away at such time as we have the website and we have some more solid links and structures in place, that we will open the floor for people to ask, to send in any questions that they may have. And we can do some sessions on those questions. So we will now say blessings to you, Anthony, for the session, blessings to you all, and we will come out of channel. Thank you. Kaula mana, kaula mana, kaula mana ke, kuchkata. Lovely. So here we are. We're up and running, and thank you to Anthony, who's over there, whose face you will see in weeks to come. We've only got one camera, as he says, so we're just winging it at the moment. So much love to you all, and I hope you enjoyed this, and our intention is to post weekly and perhaps even twice weekly with shorter ones. Thank you. Blessings.